At the age of 99, Mel Brooks is not a famous, funny man. He is one of the people who remembers when Hollywood was a really good place. Mel Brooks and Rob Reiner were more than friends who worked together. Mel Brooks actually changed Rob Reiner's diapers when he was a baby. He saw Rob Reiner learn to walk and grow up and become a big success. So when Mel Brooks heard that Rob Reiner and his wife had been killed in their house, and that their son Nick, who had a lot of problems with addiction, was the one who did it, Mel Brooks did not think that was the whole story. He knew that a lot of things just did not add up because he was really close to Rob during his days. Now Mel is talking about what happened, telling us things that Hollywood did not want us to know, things about Rob that may really surprise you. First, we need to figure out what was going on in Mel's mind when he was talking to Rob. These were his meetings with Rob, and they made Mel think that things were not as easy as they looked. There was one warning that could have helped Rob Reiner. It happened a long time before something bad occurred. Mel and Rob Reiner were involved in this situation. It is important to understand what Mel was thinking about Rob Reiner. Mel Brooks had known Rob Reiner for Rob Reiner's whole life. They did a lot of things together, like having dinner and going to family gatherings. They even had arguments when they were alone. Mel Brooks and Rob Reiner really trusted each other. Mel Brooks saw Rob Reiner grow up with his dad, Carl Reiner. He saw Rob Reiner do badly at some things. Then he became a very good director. Because Mel Brooks and Rob Reiner were so close, Mel Brooks always told Rob Reiner what he thought. If something did not feel right, Mel Brooks would say it. There was something that really did not feel right in the last years of Rob Reiner's life. Mel Brooks was worried about Rob Reiner. In Rob's days, Mel saw that something was different right away. Rob could not sit still when they visited. He walked around the house, always checked his phone, and spoke softly in the middle of talking to people. He looked really tired, not from working a lot, but from always being on the lookout for something. When Mel finally asked him what was going on, Rob did not avoid the question. He leaned forward, said quietly, "Nick is back." Rob told Mel that Nick was back, and that was the problem. Mel knew that Rob was worried about Nick being. Nick Reiner went back to the Brentwood property. This was not a return for him. Rob did not think of it as Nick coming home. He thought of it as a problem that needed to be taken care of. Nick Reiner had started using, and that was very bad. What was even worse was that Nick Reiner was getting angry a lot. Nick Reiner was saying that his parents were trying to control everything he did. He said they were ruining his life and taking money that belonged to Nick Reiner. Nick Reiner was obsessed with the money he would get when his parents died. He thought his parents were cheating him. He kept bringing up old fights. This was very scary for Rob. Nick Reiner was getting more and more upset about these things. Then Rob said something that he had never told anyone before. Rob had never spoken about this thing before. Now he was saying it out loud. He told Mel that he had started locking his bedroom door at night. This really changed the way they were talking. Mel did not say anything about it. Instead, Mel got really angry. He said to Rob that this was not okay, that being scared in your home is not a good thing. Rob was told to make Nick leave the house. Mel said he should get the police involved and stop thinking that just dealing with it would make everything better. Mel thought the situation was getting worse and worse. He told Rob to do something about Nick and get him out of the house. Rob would not give in to him. He did not say that there was no risk. He said that there was no choice. Rob said, "If I make him leave, he will die on the street." Mel responded away. "If you let him stay, someone will die in the house." Rob did not say that Mel was wrong about what might happen. He said that it was not right to throw their son out. Rob said that Michelle could not live with herself if they abandoned their son. Rob said that love means being for the people you care about even when it is very hard. Love means staying with them no matter what, even when it becomes too much to handle. Love means staying present for the people you love, like Michelle loves their son. Mel later said that was the moment he knew Rob had already made his decision about what he wanted to do with the situation, and that moment was when Mel understood that Rob had already chosen what he was going to do. Mel realized that Rob had made up his mind, and Mel finally understood what Rob was thinking, that Rob had already made his choice. Months later, on the night everything ended, Rob called Mel from inside the house. His voice was calm. He sounded really worried. Nick was getting out of control again, yelling about money and the will. He thought his parents were going to stop giving him money. Mel told Rob to get out of there away to get in the car and come to her place. Rob would not leave. He said, "I do not want to leave Michelle with Nick." He said, "If I leave Nick, we'll take it all out on Michelle, and that will not be good for Michelle." Rob was scared for Michelle. Rob Reiner was very careful about the danger because he wanted to keep his wife safe than himself. This choice cost Rob Reiner his life. It was the time Mel Brooks heard Rob Reiner talk. For Mel Brooks, this last call from Rob Reiner was not a surprise. It made Mel Brooks think about a fear he had for a time, a fear that started when he saw what was happening to Nick Reiner as he grew up. A time before Nick Reiner got addicted to things, before he had to go to rehabs, before the police got involved, and his name was in the headlines. Mel Brooks had already seen something in Nick Reiner that made him feel uneasy. Mel Brooks never thought that Nick Reiner was a troubled kid. From the time Nick Reiner was little, Mel Brooks felt like there was something about Nick Reiner, and it was not just that Nick Reiner liked to cause trouble or be naughty, it was something more. Nick Reiner had a lot of volatility. When Nick got really upset, he did not get quiet. Go away. He would blow up. Mel saw things that he still remembers to this day. Nick would slam doors, break things, and get so angry that it would fill the room and make the grown-ups do what he wanted. What bothered Mel was not one time when Nick got mad, but what happened every time. Every time Nick had an outburst, his parents would try to make him feel better. If Nick yelled, Rob and Michelle would calm him down. If he wanted something, they would give it to him. Over time, Mel figured out that Nick was not learning about boundaries. He was learning how to get what he wants by using leverage. Mel saw the family's behavior change a lot. They started being really careful about what they said. They would ask for things in a polite way. People did not want to upset Nick, not because he was easily hurt, because when they disagreed with him, things would get out of hand. Mel told Rob out that Nick had learned something bad when he was very young, that being pushy and using pressure worked for him. As Nick got older, things got worse. His addiction did not make him aggressive, it just made it worse. Mel saw how Nick talked to his parents when he was on drugs. He did not ask them for things, he told them they had to do things for him. He said they had to fix everything for him. As Nick got older, things got worse. His addiction did not make him aggressive, it just made it worse. Mel saw how Nick talked to his parents when he was on drugs. He did not ask them for things, he told them they had to do things for him. He said they had to fix everything for him. He always said things like, "You did this to me," or "You have to do that for me." He thought his parents owed him things. He even blamed Rob for the things that happened to him. He said things like, "You ruined my life," or "You have to make it right." Nick thought everything was about what people owed him, not about how he felt. Mel knew that kind of language. He had seen it before in Hollywood with people who thought they deserved something just because they wanted it. They got mixed up between being entitled and being hurt. What really scared Mel was how Nick behaved when things did not go his way. Nick's anger did not go away. It got stronger. He kept thinking about it. He thought about all the things that had gone wrong. He kept pushing until someone gave in. When they did, Nick learned the same lesson all over again. Mel thought that Nick believed that if he pushed enough, he would get what he wanted. The language that Nick used was the language that Mel had heard before. It was a language that said if you want something, you should just keep pushing until you get it. Mel saw that Nick was very good at using this kind of pressure to get what he wanted from people. The way Nick reacted when he did not get what he wanted was what frightened Mel the most about the language that Nick used. He used to think he was in charge, could make people do what he wanted by being mean or blaming them, or just because he thought he deserved special treatment. That is all falling apart now. The criminal justice system is a place where he has to follow the rules and do what he is told. He cannot just do what he wants anymore. Time is moving forward. He cannot stop it or make it go slower. The criminal justice system is a place, and the man has to deal with it. After the murders, Mel Brooks did not say anything because he did not want people to only remember Rob for that one thing. Not saying anything did not help people remember Rob the way he should be remembered. It actually made people forget what really happened to Rob. Then Mel Brooks started talking about it. Mel Brooks thinks that Rob did not die because he was not smart or because he was not careful. Rob died because he thought that love was more important than being in danger. He trusted the systems that were supposed to keep him safe. He thought that waiting and being patient was the thing to do. Mel Brooks believes that Rob thought love could make everything okay, even if it was not safe. Mel is really mad at the professionals who told Rob and Michelle that Nick was not a person, he was just ill. He thinks these people got paid to make things seem better than they were, and they used medical words to describe things that should have been a warning sign. Mel said to someone, in private, they told him he had a condition. Mel also said they did not tell him it was something that could kill him. Mel is talking about the professionals. What they did with Nick. At the age of 99, Mel Brooks thinks that he is the person who knows what really happened. He feels that it is his job to tell people about it. Mel Brooks wants to tell the story so that people can learn from it. Mel Brooks believes that you cannot make someone stop being violent by loving them. You cannot just give people money, expect them to get better, and you cannot think that someone is brave just because they can put up with things. Mel Brooks wants people to understand this. Rob Reiner stayed in that house knowing what could happen. He did it to protect his wife. That choice defines his death and his humanity once you hear the full story. So here is the question. Was Rob Reiner's greatest strength, his capacity to love, also the thing that destroyed him? Let us know in the comments if this story made you pause, share your thoughts, and subscribe for more untold Hollywood truths that rarely get spoken out loud.